Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar with a timeless pick a card reading. So we're going to be looking at the next 24 hours from the time that you watch this. What's happening for you in these next 24 hours? That's what we're going to find out. So we have 5 different groups to choose from. And these are timeless messages. So you can come back in a week, in a month, whenever you feel drawn to it. You can come here and find a message for yourself for the next 24 hours, okay? We have number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I encourage you, of course, to tune into your intuition to make your selection, and you can find the timestamps down below in the description box and probably also the comment section. So yeah, it's as easy as that. So take care, guys, and let's go ahead and get started. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 1 here, this is going to be your reading. So let me just go ahead and cleanse the area and get started. So you have got, let's see here, his thoughts and wisdom. So I feel like over the next 24 hours, you're definitely going to perhaps actually hear some sort of wisdom from a masculine in your life. They may be sharing some sort of wisdom as well with you, like maybe some sort of philosophical thoughts. There could be really deep conversation over the next 24 hours, okay? We might also get some good advice on career, study endeavors, this sort of thing too. There might be some good advice coming in terms of finances and security. And there also could be some really good advice coming in areas where you feel very stuck. And you may actually see, if you have been feeling extremely stuck, you might actually have a good idea on how to kind of move forward. So pay attention, please, to the ideas that you have over the next 24 hours because I feel like they're fruitful and they could actually lead to a good place. I feel like there's a lot of contemplation, though, for you guys. And like I said, maybe you guys will be at home mostly, or you're not going to really get out much over the next 24 hours. Maybe you're not planning on going anywhere or doing anything. But it's not in a negative way. I think it just kind of provides a good arena in your life for, you know, philosophical thought, wisdom to come through, contemplation, that sort of thing. What else do we need to know here? Some of you might be paying a bill over the next 24 hours as well. We have calm. A breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. Remain calm. That's what I was telling you, that there could be breakthroughs, breakthrough ideas, especially. Yeah, and a breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. So if you have had a breakdown recently, this could let you know that whatever you're worried about, it's going to dissipate over the next 24 hours. That you're going to find that calmness. The sun is going to rise again. You're not going to stay in this feeling, perhaps, and things should start to look a bit better. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when I was young, my father always told me, and it's the one piece of advice that I always stuck with me all my life. Whenever I would have a fit when I was a kid, you know, where you just want to have a tantrum, I remember him telling me, go take a nap, then you'll feel better. And every time like clockwork, I would sleep, wake up, and I'd feel a lot better. And so it's often something I still do. If I'm feeling overly emotional, I'm like, okay, it's time for Lisa to go have a nap. Of course, when I was little, I would fight it and be like, I don't need a nap. I still can do that, actually, even if I'm an adult. Anything else here about the next 24 hours? But yeah, this does feel pretty calm, safe, secure. Position of authority. Some of you might actually have epiphanies or need to have epiphanies, even if maybe I'm going to push this a little bit, so maybe you have this, of how much control you actually have. I feel like that there is something in your life that you have a position of authority with, and you have the wisdom, you have and maybe you just need to hear that if you're in imposter mode or anything like that, but if there is some sort of a position of authority, I feel like that you're going to be revealed over the next 24 hours. And we have opportunity or windfall, so there are good opportunities. Now, carrots do take time. I actually just grew carrots myself in the garden, and I did pick them a little bit early. And sometimes that can, you know, carrots can indicate that something we see. It's like sometimes our efforts are not visible. You can't see the beautiful orange carrot, you know, above the surface. It's really, it takes a long time to grow. And so that might also be something, maybe you're going to be contributing or having ideas that contribute to something that's a little bit longer term. But that's good, because longer term things indicate things that can last, that can be fruitful, and so on and so forth, and they can sustain us longer, just like carrots and root vegetables. They last longer, they preserve better. You know what I mean? If we keep them in cold, dark conditions, they're going to last us the winter, as an example. And so I feel like whatever you're kind of going through right now, this is like things that will be preserved for a very long time, or you're growing things that are substantial in nature. It's not just a quick buck, or it's not just a quick result. This is something that's lasting. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you are really going to, though, have some really good insights, some really strong wisdom flowing through you in these next 24 hours. So give yourself the credit and understand that everything's all right. And we have good opportunities coming your way. So with that being said, that's your reading for the next 24 hours. I really, really hope that you enjoy this reading and that it was helpful in some way. Please come back again, subscribe, comment if you want to. If you'd like extra content, you can subscribe to this channel through joining as a member, and you will get extra pick a cards and exclusive readings and stuff as well. There's also my astrology channel where I share astrological insights. A lot of it's shorts right now, but it will be having longer content on there in the future. I'm just working on some things still. Shorts are just kind of, the stuff in between. But yeah, and then if you want a reading with me, of course, that's all on Etsy as of this reading. Always check the description box to make sure that you're updated on that, just in case I ever change my platform in the future. But yeah, take care and have a beautiful and bright, blessed day or night wherever you are, okay? Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 2 here, let us see what you have. So we have got, we've got military person, number 22. Some of you may, of course, be in contact with somebody in the military. Some of you might be in the military yourself. I don't want you to kind of focus too much on this as that result, but it could talk about, of course, watching a lot of war content, or maybe a military-based movie. So of course there's that. But on the more philosophical side of things, this can talk about having authority in your life. This can also mean being very disciplined, okay? And it's paired with patience, okay? So Willow and patience, April 15th, May 12th. So some of you might have your birthday in that time frame, but you don't have to. That might just be a special, kind of sign for some of you. The Willow is actually ruled by the planet Saturn as well. So some of you might be very Saturnian, maybe Capricorns, Aquariuses, that sort of thing as well. But yeah, Saturn and patience, they really do go hand in hand, because one has to be quite patient. But Saturn often requires this of us. So what's interesting is I feel like there might be some sort of diligence that you're showing in your life. You might be very attuned to a certain task in your life. You might be actually getting things done, as an example. You may also have a situation in which you're going to have to show restraint. Do you know what I mean? Or even leadership or authority. Okay? So this might be about creating more structure in your life somehow, or maybe letting other people know your own structure. But yeah, let's see here. Next 24 hours. Six of Swords and the Empress. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of patience here for you guys. Six of Swords and the Empress. Of course, this could mean that you're wanting something to be a little bit more fruitful, and perhaps you do see some results, but you might have to wait a little bit longer to see the full results. I'm feeling like still kind of keep diligently at something, even if it's not exactly what you expect. There's definitely some good things happening. The Empress and the Six of Swords, I do feel like the next 24 hours shall go really smoothly. Like there's nothing negative here, actually, by the way. I really don't feel so. And even the Empress is generally receptive. She's not necessarily an impatient person, by the way. So some of you might just be kind of waiting for your fruits of labor to come back in. Or, you know what I mean? You might be putting a lot of things out there, or putting something out over the next 24 hours, and it's kind of like, well, I know this is going to go somewhere. I trust, I have faith. I'm diligent, I stick to my stuff. We have Beryl. You feel something that is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So there can be those type of feelings that you fight over the next 24 hours where you do feel like something's lacking. Of course, Spirit could be coming through and saying, hey, this will improve. We have March here as well. So March, April, May. Some of you might be born in these months. Or these could be pivotal times in the future where you're going to see results to what you're doing or whatever you're putting in action to now. We have great passion. So that's beautiful. I think that with the Empress too, you might be engaging in things that you do feel passionate about. You might have, you know, a very romantic 24 hours actually for some of you. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But also you could be engaging in things that feel good to you. Venusian, you know, whether it's some good food, some wine, a film that you like, some sort of entertainment. You could be partaking in a particular hobby that brings you happiness. We have pay attention to your finances. So some of you might be counting your budget as an example. Some of you might be just reviewing what you've spent or things like that over the next 24 hours. We have plenty of material things as well. So to me, that makes me think that somehow some of you might find out that you have more than you thought in some way. I'm kind of thinking that some of you might check your account expecting less but seeing more. Or maybe some sort of money will come in over the next 24 hours that's going to afford you a little bit better. Also, this could just be a sense of feeling fulfilled, like you have everything that you need. Some of you might even cook a good meal as an example, or be trying something to make something. If you do plan on trying a new recipe, I would say it's good, by the way, over the next 24 hours if you kind of want to make a new recipe. Okay. Let's see here. Some of you might need to lay down the law with your children, okay? You might have to do some sort of discipline with the children if you're a mother or a father, okay? What else here? If you can, take time to listen to other people as well. Like, just try to be patient and hear their side of the story. Particularly maybe with children or situations that can be kind of like frustrating, right? Okay, let me get, oh, there we go. We got it. When we have elevate, self-worth, you get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. And that's another thing too, is kind of looking and seeing what your standards are here. With as the Empress, you're the Empress. And I feel like it doesn't matter what your gender is or whatever, but you're worth a lot. You're worth good things. So for some of you, it might be treating yourself. If you always are trying, kind of like counting and pinching your pennies, it might be a good time over the next 24 hours to just get yourself something, you know, get something that you enjoy, and raising your standards here. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys over the next 24 hours. I really, really hope you like this reading. If you do want more content on this channel, I mean from me and on the channel, you can join as a member. So that means that you get some exclusive stuff like loyalty badges, emojis, and then at the second and third tier, you get access to like personal pick a cards that are private, and then on the tier 3 it would be a personal reading as well. But yeah, so check it out if you want to. And if you want a personal reading and you just want to buy one, you can do that through Etsy. As of this reading, of course, you know, if you watch this in the deep future, always go and check out and make sure that it's still active and everything, in case I do choose another platform to sell on in the future. But as of now and the foreseeable future, it'd be Etsy. Anyway, and then oh, and if you like astrological content, you can follow me over on my astrology channel, and I'd love to have you over there. So, what a lot of words. Take care, guys, and have a beautiful and wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Hello, my friends. So if you've chosen group number 3, what does the next 72 hours hold for you? 72? I said 72 and I meant 24. Okay, well, for some of you, this might extend over into 72 hours. What a mistake. Huh. But, you know, as some of us would say in the comments, I love it when you guys do this. It sounds like a coincidence. It's on purpose. So we have good lady and beauty. Beautiful. So number 6, and then we have beauty here. So, first of all, the stinking flies kind of yanking my chain, not making me happy. Okay, so I feel like the good lady can show actually a woman in our life who's very supportive. And some of you might be, I wonder if some of you might be doing some sort of beauty treatments over the next 24 hours or focusing on your beauty. I kind of feel like if you do want to get a haircut or some sort of beauty procedure over the next 72 hours in particular, you might actually, especially if you're going to a woman, it's going to turn out well, okay? Specific message, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, so the next 48, now I'm just doing 48 hours, 72 hours, like I don't even know, I'm making shit up at this point. Okay, this next time frame that they need to know about apparently for this group. What the heck? Oh, the Two of Cups. I feel like some of you, ooh, and the Death card. And the Ten of Cups. If you're thinking about getting some sort of significant change in regards to something, this actually could be a good change, okay? If at some point you feel like something's reached its end, know that there's a happiness on the horizon. Something good's going to happen to you guys over the next, I guess, 24 hours or this particular period. With the Two of Cups, we have connection, emotional connection happening. So I feel like good conversations. And there could even be conversations about endings. You might be called upon to be a good lady. To be somebody who is supportive, warm, motherly, caring. That's the attributes of the good lady. So, and with beauty here too, you know, she has the harp. It makes me think of like very calming sort of things as well. Some of you might be having moon transits over the next 24 hours or so, or over this like few periods that will kind of impact maybe your Venus as an example as well. So, let's see. What else? 24 hours. We have Vulture in July. Okay, so one thing that you should know is that you might have a dip, okay? And I think that's what the Death represents, that there could be a dip here in feelings. We have depression, anxiety, worry that someone's against you. The caterpillar falls underneath it. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. And we see this reflected in the cards as well, by the way. So we see Two of Cups, positive. Death, and then Ten of Cups comes back up. So it's like, I will say that you might have some emotional roller coasters. I feel like that there will be someone here, someone around you, like a woman that you can talk to, as an example, who might offer help, assistance, be kind of like supportive in some way. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. We have compliments from an admirer, so you might actually get some really positive messages, actually. So we might find that more compliments are coming your way, that somebody does something nice for you as well. There's always that possibility for someone to really cheer you up, as an example too. Or you could also be that, like I said, that you know, have that effect on somebody else. We also have the firecrackers. So this is nice because I feel like it can bring in some sort of excitement into your life, okay? So something exciting is happening, maybe like a nice surprise. Of course, you know, over a 24-hour, 48-hour, 72-hour period, of course it's probably something really good, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't say, like, you know, it might not be like the biggest thing. Of course, you want to be realistic, but carrot, opportunity, or windfall as well. So there's really good stuff coming through, guys. Like I said, so even if you get down to that, and sometimes I feel like Spirit tells us this so that we know not to stay in that feeling, to know that it's just a phase, it's just a feeling. And look at that, moon phase is up there too, indicating that there could be changes. But there is a sense of completion, like something happy. Something happy is happening, sorry. And there is a sense of fulfillment with that. Mind. You are the master of your inner world, and you decide how the outer world affects you. Cultivate a calm inner state. Nice. So you choose who you connect to, who you let into your emotions. right? So some of you may even think about cutting back on certain connections, as an example. By the way, with the death card, some of you might be taking that scythe and saying, okay, I don't need this situation. And it may not be a person. It could be something that just doesn't make you feel good, as an example. Sometimes we have those things where we realize this song bothers me, or I don't know, this show is bringing me more angst than, pleasure, as an example. So you may want to look at that. Also, July is mostly a Cancer month as well, so that's moon ruled too. Some of you might be really wanting to drag out summer. Some things that you've done in July may show fruition now. Something that you started in July, as an example, as well. Particularly those that maybe planted something. And we've got change, one more. A resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. Nice. So we see here, that's interesting because of the moon, and it's just kind of funny because it's like, yeah, again, there's change, constant change. That's why the moon actually in traditional astrology represented the idea of travel, as an example, because it was always changing, and sort of like the change of scenery, so it kind of showed like a journey, as an example. I think out of all the planets, it does show the journey most eloquently, doesn't it? And so, yeah. I feel like you guys will have moon transits, so there's something going on with the moon that's going to be affecting your chart from the time that you watch this. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and end this reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was insightful. Let me know if you like this kind of reading, if you want me to do these in the future. I do like next 7 days and stuff, and next 10 days and stuff like that on my member section here on the channel, but you have to subscribe to see that. So if you'd like to join as a member, you get plenty of exclusive content over there in the membership section. And if you want to have astrology content, I do have an astrology channel as well, which I'll have in the comment section. But yeah, take care, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you the very best. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 4, what is happening for you over your next 24 hours? So let's see what it holds for you. So we have got, court, and we've got wishes. So the court card in the Kipper can represent the idea of justice, decisions, formalities, okay? There's also the fact that there can be a resolution that will be just coming up in the next 24 hours from the time that you watch this. So this can be a time where you put arguments aside, where you resolve disputes, and a time also where justice could be served. So there might be a fair decision actually in regards to you, because we have wishes here, and to me that's a pretty positive card, especially I think next to the court card. This might be that you get the judgment that you want as an example, right? So let's see what else comes through here next 24 hours. The moon could feel quite intuitive, but at the same time, let's see here. Sometimes that can represent a confused energy. Let's see. Why is wishes here? So I feel here over the next 24 hours, and I know this isn't going to be the message that everyone wants to hear, but there might be a certain thing that's upsetting you at the moment, and it could be something official in nature. It could be like, related to money, finances, maybe your bank as an example, or any sort of kind of hierarchical type of thing. It feels like to me there's some sort of stagnation here, and I feel like one thing that you're being advised to do is to let go of the outcome. I feel to me like somehow you're not getting what you want out of a situation, and maybe the justice that you're looking for isn't exactly according to what you're wanting or wishing for, okay? So it could be like you get denied for something that you apply for, and there just isn't really any fixing that. It's just the way it is. And God, I hate being negative like that. But I'm just telling you what I see. If I could make up a bunch of bullshit and tell you, oh yeah, you're going to get your wish, and then if you don't get it, then you're going to be even more upset. And maybe some of you, I mean, these are intuitive readings on your end. You're tuning into the message that I'm receiving, right? So it's up to you on whether you're choosing the right group. So if you feel like this doesn't make any sense, of course you're free to back out, go choose a different group. But we have an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross here. A goal-oriented person. I do feel like that there could be some sort of conflict, though, with somebody. Because we have that rooster, and we have the Five of Swords, too, which can talk about disagreement energy. We also have the fear, worry, intense situations. Yeah, there's something that is frightening you at this time. But it's like death, as an example. Death is not something that is often within our control. It's something that is completely out of our hands. You know what I mean? Obviously, I mean, unless, of course, you choose it yourself to, murder or something, or to, commit, self-murder. But anyway, you know what I mean? And it's not really something that we have control over. And I feel like that there's something that you're wanting, but it's like not up to you to decide. So it might be that you're like kind of seeking justice or karma for somebody, as an example, but you need to let this go because you need to focus on yourself. I feel like that there are better goals to focus upon than maybe some of the things that you're wishing for right now. Like maybe there's a more productive use of your time. It's common, and when I am recording this, it is Mercury retrograde, and it's really common during retrogrades to regress and to go backward. It's Mercury retrogrades really support re-energy. So anything that kind of has that, first two letters are re. So redecorating, rethinking, reunions, reunite, rethink, you know what I mean? Reminisce, as an example, again, regressing. And so it may be that you regress into some old thought forms that just aren't even good for you anymore. All they do is just hurt your feelings. And I have a beautiful client named Yasmin. She's wonderful. And one time I was venting to her on Instagram. And she gave me the best advice I had ever heard. Seriously. She said, you wouldn't put your hands in boiling water, right? And just like suffer. And so it's like kind of like our mind. Why would we put our mind into boiling water? Do you know what I mean? We just take it out. And that's something I kind of feel here. Like don't fall into some sort of negative traps, negative thinking, especially if you are like wishing for some sort of karma or outcome. Like, oh, I want them to see, or, like this kind of stuff. Like, I feel like that's not beneficial right now. Okay, it feels more beneficial to let go and focus on what you can fix and what you can, because I feel like that there's just something out of your control. So this doesn't seem to me, I mean, of course, if you do have a court case and you're finding out the information in the next 24 hours, this might not exactly be in the most best energy for you, but somehow it might be for a higher purpose. But I feel like that's probably not going to be the case for 99% of you. To be honest, I doubt anyone would come here. I just don't feel like that's going to be the message. I feel like more so it's like, what can I fix? What can I, take control of? And I feel like some of you might be figuring that out, realigning your goals, or at least that's a good energy to be in. And then we have the nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. And of course, focusing on family, the family that you do have, whether it's blood related or not, or what you can feel that's close to you at this time. Okay? So let's see here. Anything else? Optimism. If you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings. Whoa. So, yeah, guys, don't get into any dark thoughts, okay? Because I feel like that's the thing. It's like kind of just remain optimism. Just remain optimism. I mean, optimistic. Jeez. Sorry, I'm like hit by this Mercury retrograde. It's in my third house, by the way, opposing my Mercury. We have kindness. What if being kind to yourself could really change everything? And again, Would you put your hand in the boiling water? Or, you know what's a really good one? Oh, Yasmin had an even better one for me. She said, would you go on Spotify and like listen to the playlist of all the songs you really can't stand? And I was like, no, I would not. He'd be like, oh my God. No, we would not do that. So why would we let our thoughts do that? Wise wisdom from Yasmin. Thank you for being in my life. Okay. And so, yeah, that's what I kind of feel like is ahead of you guys, at least over the next 24 hours. Hopefully, there can be a good, like I said, it does seem like you do have people around you who care. And it's like, how can you make this better for yourself? You know what I mean? And I really do feel like you can focus on other goals that are much more beneficial to you, that have much more longevity and usefulness to you in the long run, okay? So with that being said, that's your message for the next 24 hours. I really hope it helped in some way. I know some of you might not like it, but that's all right. I can't be perfect. No one can, right? But I hope that you found some kind of information or usefulness out of it, and I wish you nothing but the best. And if you do want extra content, you're more than welcome to join as a member here on the channel. You can get extra pick a cards and stuff like that. And also, if you want to follow my astrology channel, you're more than welcome to go over there and subscribe too. I love astrology, so fun stuff. And if you want a personal reading, of course, that's all in the description box. It's Etsy as of now. Always double check, like, later on in my profile if you watch this, down the road, just to make sure that's all up to date. But yeah. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 5, this is going to be your reading. So you're the last group. And we've got number 34, work. Work, 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 work. No, work, 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 work. So some of you might be working a lot. Some of you might be really focused on working on something, okay? You know what's interesting here is that the next card here is contemplation. And she's writing. And he's on the computer. So some of you might be like very much attached to your computer. Some of you might be writing or planning, outlining, that sort of thing. Some of you might be completing like term papers, or, there's all kinds of things that could be happening here. But I do see work as a big part of your 24 hours ahead. We also have innocence here, which it has a symbolism of Taurus and Venus, of course. And it says pear, apple. Wow, I tried to say April and apple at the same time. Pear, apple, poppy, daisy, rose, and mint. Beautiful. What does that say? I don't know what the other thing says. But anyway, so we have, of course, Venus here. Some of you might be writing fan fiction. I don't know. Or reading fan fiction. I don't know why I'm saying that. Probably because it's gonna relate to some of you. So, with that being said, I feel here that generally the next 24 hours are peaceful, they're calm, they're contemplative, they're good. Some of you might be really working on a new project. With innocence here, you may be really kind of in an innocent place in yourself. So it might be that you're just kind of laughing, enjoying, that sort of thing. It's not too heavy as well. Innocence, of course, reminds me of a freshness or a newness. Some of you might be watching a wholesome romance movies or a romantic comedy as well over the next 24 hours. Or maybe with innocence, it could be like, going back to childhood. Maybe some of you are going to be watching like, the Disney Princess movie or something. Or, yeah. Let's see here, next 24 hours. Someone could also give you a very innocent compliment. It feels like not loaded sexually, not loaded with like lust. It's like very sweet, just a wholesome comment, a wholesome statement. We have the King of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Oof. We have a masculine energy showing up here with the King of Swords, which could show that, you're on your game here. Some of you might be breaking through fears, especially in regards to like if you have any writing blocks or creativity blocks in general. This may be that you're moving out of that, or some of you might be reading a lot about astrology or thinking a lot about it as well. I do feel here with the Two of Swords, you're able to kind of break out of something. She's walking on her tippy toes on water. So there, to me, that represents an idea of discipline. You know what I mean? A discipline of thought. I feel like you guys are very intuitive over the next 24 hours, and you might be singly focused on something. But I feel like that there's some sort of progress being made, to me, just based on this Two of Swords, with the Eight of Swords. It's like she's standing up, she's not. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like that's what's going on there. It's like you're maybe kind of standing up and really thinking about something. So there could be progress, movement, maybe a lot of contemplation, but, you know, it's good. I feel like mentally you're very awake in a lot of ways. And again, he's writing as well. So writing. So a lot of you are writing or working at the computer a lot. Okay, so we have new home, new attitude. Some of you might be freshening up the home. Maybe you're inviting more innocence into the home. Maybe decorating for the holidays, or, you know, kind of having more fun there, more plans and joys, wishes. Venus, of course, again, there might be buying like a new rug or decorating in some way. Tending to flowers, that sort of thing. We have a tortoise slowly but surely getting ahead, and that's one thing I will say, that I do feel like that it's a bit slow. It's just kind of a quieter time. There is a younger man coming into contact with you. We have news on the way. We have the younger man. So I do feel like you'll hear from somebody over the next 24 hours, for most of you anyway. Something could be happening with a child as well. If you have like a son as an example, there could be some news coming from a son, or some sort of news surrounding a son, and maybe a new beginning of some kind as well. Not for all of you, of course. We have the goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. That's beautiful. So to me, you know, that represents the idea that there could be some money coming in, or again, maybe it's spiritual growth. I do feel like you guys will be cleaning or tending to the home in some way. You might actually find that you're very contemplative and have good ideas while cleaning as well. Yeah, look at that possibility. That just confirmed my thought, right? Focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy an experience twice. Beautiful. But yeah, the possibility. It's like I think that you'll be dreaming up possibilities, by the way, and getting them done. So I do feel like an imaginative, contemplative kind of energy. But it's effective here with the King of Swords, I do feel. And we've got self. Look at, she's letting herself out of the cage. And we've got, if beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. Oh, good one. Yeah, so if you do have thoughts of like restriction, of fear, of insecurity, you knock those suckers out of your mind and you go back to being innocent. You know what I mean? Like, try to refresh in yourself. Be like, would I talk to myself if I were a child like that? No. Then knock it off. You know what I mean? Like, don't be like that. Okay, so overall, very good stuff. Like I said, there's slow but steady progress against maybe some money coming in, or ways to bring more money in too. There could be something lucky here with the Wheel of Fortune as well happening, as well as like good advice. Oh, let me see. Actually, I wanted to ask about the younger man, because I see here news is on the way from the younger man. I know I mentioned for some of you this could be like a son, or some kind of news regarding a son, or maybe a younger man in your life. But let's see, what else do we have here for this energy? We got the King of Cups and Justice and the Moon. There could be some sort of decisions regarding here. Some of you might hear from somebody after you think of them. Some of you might hear from somebody you're not exactly keen to hear from. Somebody might come back and apologize. I really don't feel like that's for many of you, okay? Some of you might not want to hear an apology. Someone may want to apologize but are blocked currently. There also could be some good discussions in regard to something. Like if you have a parent who has to make a dual decision, there might be trying to battle out what's the right, what's the wrong. Okay, sorry. A lot of parental. I wonder how many parents are watching this. because I don't usually talk so much, even though I'm a mom myself. I don't often try to, because I understand not everybody has kids and all that stuff, so I usually don't bring it up too much. But you know what I mean? I'm wondering if some moms are watching or fathers. Anyway, yeah, so take care, guys, and I really hope that this helped you in some way. I wish you the very, very best. If you like this reading, let me know in the comments below, because I do more of these if it seems like people like them. I like doing predictive readings, so they're fun for me. Anyway, if you want to have more content such as loyalty badges and custom emojis on the channel, as well as extra content, you're more than welcome to join here as a member here on YouTube. So you can join me here with a monthly subscription, and there are 3 different tiers, each tier offering something different, but also the previous tiers benefits. So yeah, on the last tier you can actually get a personal reading with me every month on top of all the other stuff, so it's a really good deal if you do like getting personal readings every month. But yeah, and then we have also, oh, I have an astrology channel now as well, so if you like astrology, I'm going to be over there spamming the heck out of it with shorts and also deeper content videos. Okay, so I'm working on a big Venus series, Venus through the signs, using, you know, good examples and stuff like that too. So anyway, yeah, that's all I think I have to say. If you want a personal reading, of course, that's on Etsy as of now. Always double check if you watch this like a year or 2 in the future, just to make sure I'm still up to date on that. And I'm still on that platform or whatever. But yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.